special treat for you here. No trick, it's the NBA on Halloween. This is Kevin Harlan. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. And breaking down the game, let's take a look here at DeAndre Jordan.
Well, Jordan is a highlight machine, particularly on offensive rebounds or catching lobs from teammates. He's just so athletic for a 7-footer. But it seems like his head gets up near the rim when he's dunking the ball.
Oh, yeah, you just love it. His ability to rise up into plays on defense, too. Players will try and float shots over him, but he's so explosive rising up that he just goes up and swats it away like it's nothing at all. A contest in the West. We'll see if the Los Angeles Clippers can deliver the goods here at home. This game against Golden State is the first time they've met this season. They were dominated last year, not a good matchup for them, going 1-3 in the season series.
And over the course of last season, they dropped the majority of their games when facing this team.
The shot's good from Paul.
They get the first bucket of the game there.
And I think it's going to be a good one.
Back to Bogut. And there's the feed to Barnes. Some nice passing by Golden State. Curry attacking. The finger roll finish at the bucket. You know, going back to Steve's point, this series was not one of the highlights of the season last year.
Yeah, Kev, you wouldn't expect them to come out on the wrong end of that series, but it happened that way, and we'll see what...
Ooh, that was awesome.
Look out below.
How's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway. Self-service.
The most magnificent alley-oop he could have chosen.
And he pulled it off, too. Remarkable.
Dudley's shot is good.
They can't afford to give him that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to fight over the top of that.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game.
You know, the big knock on Blake Griffin through the beginning of his career is that he struggled with his free throws. He worked at it, and last season, he had the highest free throw percentage of his career. Well done by Blake. He's got to continue to improve there.
Here's Los Angeles now. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And if you look at the offensive rebounding totals from that game, this team was at a severe disadvantage. You can't expect to win the game when you're only getting one attempt every time down the floor.
Yeah, exactly. You got to get some extra possessions, and clearly they were inferior in that area of the game. And you were right on top of it, Steve. For a little guy, that's pretty observant that rebounding would be a stat that you would be able to lock into. I think they gave him a little too much room there. I mean, that was all he needed to rise up and punch that one down.
Yeah, he's going to jump at those chances, guys.
Yeah, that's what he does. He is a high flyer.
And for Blake Griffin, of course, draws fouls in bunches. In fact, last season, around 67% from the free throw line.
A major improvement. He was closer to 50% the year before that. So, you know, he'd like to even get better than 67, but that's serviceable. That's to the point where you're going to make people pay if they foul you. So I like what Griffin has done as far as the improvement is concerned.
Lee goes in, tries from 7. He feeds it to Barnes. Goes back up. Lee dishes to Bogut. Makes it off the glass. Bogut's got his first points in this one.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
Ball against Curry. From past the arc. Chris Paul, and that's good. Paul's got 5 now.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
The Warriors have gotten only 1 of their first 6 shots to fall today.
The Warriors were able to get back to the postseason for the first time since the We Believe season in 07, when they knocked off the Dallas Mavericks as an 8 seed. They didn't finish above 500 on the road, but still were much better than previous years, which allowed them to get to the playoffs.
Crawford. Here's Jordan, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Well, back to that Warrior Road record that Clark was talking about, 19-22, as you said. But I remember an early road trip that, had them go 6-1. Really helped them start to believe in themselves, Steve, as a team last season.
Yeah, that included that buzzer-beating win against Miami on Draymond Green's shot. I mean, I think that's when this group really realized that they could make some noise and possibly be a playoff team.
And it's Paul penetrating. Griffin passes to Paul. And the layup is good. Paul's got 7 points in the game.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Curry gets the screen from Bogut. Kicks it out to Iguodala. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And it's 7 points for Andre Iguodala. Knocked loose. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. And the jam by Andre Iguodala.
Now that was pretty. That was just a nice-looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
Yeah, no question, Kevin. Great awareness and a terrific finish.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, I had a chance to speak with head coach Doc Rivers. He talked about the impact of opposing big man Andrew Bogut, saying there just aren't that many 7-footers with his kind of game. A great interior defender first and foremost. We can't get tunnel vision when we attack the rim. He's got size and strength, and we can't allow him to bully us for offensive rebounds. Let's see if they can keep Bogut from having a big game, guys.
And as always, Doris, thank you. 4 on the clock. Iguodala kicks to Curry. No good from outside. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Griffin sets the screen for Crawford. The tray. No good. So Golden State will take it the other way. Curry kicks to Lee. Iguodala. Defended by Paul. Some nice passing by Golden State. Barnes can't get it to go. Clippers have gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. The drive by Paul. That's good. Paul's got 9.
Well, he's not a guy that's just going to settle for pulling up. When he has an opportunity, he's going to take it strong to the hoop.
Now the Clippers moving it up. That's good. 11 points in the game.
That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Hey, I think we all knew that the Clippers were good last year, but we really took notice when they rattled off those 17 wins in a row in December. That was a franchise record, which had previously been 11, and that's when the league really took notice.
Well, while we have a second, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a list of the league's top shooters from last season. Andre Jordan, number 1.
Boy, it was a terrific year for him. Led the league in field goal percentage because he took high-quality shots all the time.
And here are the Warriors now, trailing by 4. Well, it was the year of the win streak last season with Miami doing what they did and Denver getting hot as well. But Steve, the Clippers had the first lengthy win streak and turned some heads earlier in the season.
Yeah, what was that, about 17 games in a row they won? And I thought that kind of established the Clippers in the West, put a little fear in the rest of the conference, and gave LA a swagger that I thought helped them get through the rest of the season.
Los Angeles leading by 4. Pass to Crawford. Here's Iguodala. Paul with the ball. 11 points for him in that last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And he really kept his head down, was drawing contact, getting himself to the line, played an aggressive game. That was a big-time help for him and his team.
Curry gets the screen from Lee. Curry kicks to Lee. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
Well, this Warriors ownership group has really energized the franchise. They've been very proactive. They purchased the D-League team from Dakota. It plans to move them to Santa Cruz, about an hour south of Oakland. And in order to accommodate the team's home games, they built a new 3,000-seat arena in a matter of months.
And it's Paul penetrating. Paul missing again. The Warriors trailing. Right side Curry. He dishes it to Lee. The pass to Bogut. Back to Lee. Rebound by the Clippers. Griffin's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And the Santa Cruz Warriors, as they've been renamed, have been a hit. You know, Clark leading the D-League in revenue, making the D-League finals last season.
And you know, with all of the D-League games now broadcast on YouTube, the exposure for players in the D-League is better than ever. And for the Warriors to have their D-League affiliate so close by gives them a much better opportunity to develop their young talent.
Curry kicks to Barnes. Bogut with a screen on Dudley. In low to Bogut. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
Jermaine O'Neal checked in for Andrew Bogut.
You know, you get the kind of love Blake Griffin has gotten for dunking on everybody in the league. It doesn't go over well with your opponents. I noticed last season teams started to get a lot more physical with him because of that.
Oh boy, looks like he was injured there.
Yeah, Clark, that did not look good. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it's nothing too serious.
Boy, you can't help but feel for him. I mean, one moment you're doing what you do best, and the next, the situation's really out of your hands. I really hope he's okay.
Clippers leading by 6. And with hard fouls becoming a topic of discussion last season for LeBron James and certainly for Blake Griffin. Steve, what's your take? Does Griffin change his style of play? Does the league step in to protect players like him? How do you view that?
Well, the league already does protect everybody. I mean, you can't commit a hard foul these days without it being called flagrant. So, I mean, I think Griffin is fine. He just needs to continue to improve. And what he can do more than anything is develop a low post game that would translate into the playoffs.
And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Clippers.
How about the work on the offensive glass to this point, guys?
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
And so Paul nails both of them.
You know, for a long time, people would look at Staples as the Lakers' home where the Clippers just happened to be sharing space. But the Clippers let everybody know that they called this Staples Center home as well last year. And I thought they were a force in front of their Rabbits fans.
Here's Barnes. Rebounded by Hollins.
I'm not sure about that shot, guys. The defense really all over it.
Paul with the ball. Now guarded by Douglas. Shot's good. 15 points for Chris Paul. Well, Clark, as you said, the Clippers really starting to make waves on the landscape here in L.A. as they surpassed the Lakers in wins last season. You know, a big part of that was, Steve, their ability to win here at home.
Yeah, 32 wins here at Staples, and when they got out and ran, this place was really rocking. And this Clipper team has a roster full of guys that can make a play that ignites a crowd. And some new additions this year, new coaching staff. There's a lot going on for this Clipper team.
The Warriors have gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight.
Well, this is a good free throw shooting team a year ago. They hit about 79% of their free throws as a unit.
And, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
And the Clippers making a change here. Collison's out there.
Well, once a shooter, always a shooter. J.J. Redick, one of the great marksmen of all time at Duke in the college game. And it's kept on rolling here in the NBA. He's got deep range on his three, can spot up and shoot from anywhere, and also put the ball on the floor a couple times and create a shot inside.
Great shot is right. And like you said, not only threes, but Steve, any shot where you give Redick a chance to set his feet and get a clear view of the hoop, his shot form is just too consistent for him to miss. He's one of those players He works on that just so diligently. You know he's going to find a degree of success every time out there. He kicks to Bazemore. They set the pick. He passes to Azili. Defended by Hollins. Azili gets the bucket. Azili's got his first bucket in this one.
Boy, this game is off to a terrific start.
No doubt. On both sides, high-octane offense.
And there's the call on Tony Douglas. That's his first foul. Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Here's Mullins. Pass to Hollins. The dish now to Collison. Just 5 on the clock. Good. Collison's got his first basket of the night.
You know, they've been doing an excellent job, Kevin, on the offensive boards here, keeping the ball alive and then converting those second chances when they get them.
Green with a screen for Douglas. He's against Collison. Green to Bazemore. Feeds it to Barnes. Defended by Bullock. Dishes it to Douglas. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Last year's Warriors and where they ranked in the NBA. A chance to check that out now, Kevin. First in three-point shooting. Third in rebounding. And they showed up in the top 5 in free throw shooting. This is a team that took advantage of getting to the line.
And I think what really stands out is the spacing offensively. Clark, you talked about the three-point percentage, #1 in the league. That doesn't happen unless you have good flow and good spacing offensively. This team really spread the defense out on a nightly basis, and as a result, they were a nightmare to guard.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Well, I think that pass caught him off guard, but he showed us board hands, too.
1:06 left in the first. Kicks it to Bazemore. Pass to Barnes. Defended by Bullock. The feed now to Bazemore. Green with a screen on Collison. Here's Bazemore. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
Well, their plan of attack has been pretty clear to see. Get the ball inside and just take it strong to the hoop. Be dominant in the lane.
Well, the defense has been very slow to adjust. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Really good performance so far on the boards for this club.
Well, I like the way they've done a great job carving out space under the basket when the shots have gone up.
And as you said, they've been active on the offensive glass.
Boy, and that's something I love to see, Kevin. As a former offensive rebounder myself, I know how demoralizing it is to the opponent when you get a second chance and you put it in the basket.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Clippers.
You know, he's as close to a sure thing as you can possibly have when he steps to the line.
He feeds it to Reddick. Lets it go. The second chance effort. And the rejection by Azili. Here's Bazemore. Defended by Reddick. Green kicks to Azili. Pass to Bazemore. Outside, Green. He dishes it to Bazemore. Green, the screen. 1 second left. Oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
And an ideal finish to the quarter for them as he drains it at the buzzer.
Boy, I like the fact he didn't rush it at all. Fantastic shot.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Clippers lead by 2. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
Tune in next Wednesday, November 6th.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
They've done a nice job on the offensive boards here, guys, and I think that was the difference in that first quarter. Really pounding the offensive glass.
Well, they set the tone early with their mindset, their tenacity, and their hustle. I mean, that's the way they've come out, and it's served them well.
Here's Douglas. 9 points last game. So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. They've got Harrison Barnes. Azili is out there with Draymond Green. Then there's Kent Bazemore. And it's Douglas in at the point.
You know, they really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And, Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Bullock passes to Mullins. Green with the rebound.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room. Draymond Green with really a terrific legacy of success prior to the NBA, guys. I mean, he led Saginaw High to 2 Michigan State championships, and at Michigan State was able to be part of 2 teams that got to the Final Four and 1 that made it to the Sweet 16. That's impressive.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Gentlemen, there's no doubting Chris Paul has always been a feisty competitor. Former teammate Tyson Chandler affectionately called him, quote, the angry little point guard, saying the dominance of his personality enabled him to control his teammates. And Doc Rivers, newly hired as head coach of the Clippers, said he didn't know Chris that well yet, mostly just from breaking up fights between him and Rajon Rondo. He said, quote, the first time I ever touched Chris Paul, I was trying to pull him away from my guy. I like players that have fire about them, so I've always liked Chris because of that. Kevin?
Well, he'd know. We've seen some real battles between those two. Thanks, Tess. And the Warriors with some changes. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Harrison Barnes. And Steph Curry subbed in for Tony Douglas. And going back to Draymond Green, Clark, very successful in college with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State, as you mentioned. But Steve, maybe a bit of a surprise, into the second round back in 2012.
I think a lot of teams, Kevin, felt that he was a tweener. They weren't sure if he was a 3 or a 4, and he really is. But the good news is that he can guard both positions, and he's improved his jump shot. More than anything, he's just a winner. He knows how to play, and he's a good addition to any team.
Quality kid. Jermaine O'Neal's checked in for Golden State. Lee comes in for Draymond Green. On its way from Curry for 2, and misses it off the right side of the rim. The Clippers in the lead. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Now the pass to O'Neal. Back to Curry. He kicks it to Bazemore. Curry, guarded by Green. Curry gets the screen from O'Neal. Curry dishes to O'Neal. He used that pick to get in close.
Nicely done. They just continue to dominate inside. That's 10 points in a row in the lane.
It's now purely, here it comes. See if you can stop it. You know, it's very rare that you're going to be able to make the playoffs in the West without coming out with a winning record against the rest of the conference. And the Warriors knew that would be important in their quest for the playoffs, and they handled business against the West.
And the Clippers making a change here. Dudley's checked in. Passes it to Bazemore. Back to Curry. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Well, and for the Warriors who fought so hard to get back into the playoffs, last year their 28-24 record against the rest of the West really helped their cause, Steve.
Well, the toughest part of the Warriors' last campaign was a rough stretch of games in February where they dropped off a bit in the race. And, you know, a lot of those games were against Western teams, and if you kind of remove that month, their in-conference record is even more impressive.
Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against the Los Angeles Lakers. Wins, no good.
He still couldn't finish, even though it looked like he had a lane to the rim. But too often, that's the story for him.
Iguodala with it, now guarded by Dudley. Griffin with the steal. Gives him a lead pass. Tries it from 9. Los Angeles with another miss.
And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Challenging shots and making his presence felt around the rim, that's exactly what he can give you.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Way too loose on that inbounds pass.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Willie Green. Here's Wayans. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
And Bazemore kicks to Curry. Lee sets a screen for Curry. Kicks it out to Iguodala. The dish to Bazemore. Golden State moving it around. Now the Clippers moving it up. And Crawford gets it to go on the assist by Dudley.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Lee passes to Bazemore. Outside Curry. Iguodala. Lock at 6. Iguodala right side. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Obviously, he's not afraid of physical play, but he still needs to play in control.
And he definitely wasn't in control that time. Everybody in the building knew it was an over-the-back call.
And the Warriors making a change here. Bogut's checked in.
Well, his shot's been off today, no question. He's not the guy they're going to want to look to if they want to keep this lead where it is.
Curry dishes to Lee. Iguodala. He passes it to Bazemore. Back to Iguodala. Lee, a screen on Dudley. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know, Iguodala seemed to be a 20-point-per-game kind of a player last season, another season where scoring was helpful, but not where you thought it might be for a star player. But his game is not predicated on scoring. It's his all-around versatility that makes him star level.
And for Iguodala last season, under 13 points a game.
But, Kevin, if you're just looking at the offensive numbers, you're kind of missing the point with Iguodala. He's a defensive-minded player. He can score, particularly in transition, but it's his defense, it's his rebounding, it's what he brings to the total game that sets him apart.
And Bazemore kicks to Bogut. Curry outside, and good on the basket. Book it. Curry's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, we all know that Curry is a tremendous shooter, just like his father. Quick release, pinpoint accuracy, deep range. But what I like about Curry is his passing ability. Such a good playmaker and tremendous court vision.
And the thing I like, Steve, is Steph's not just a spot-up shooter. He can create his own shot off the dribble, and he makes tough shots on the move.
Jordan with a screen on Iguodala. Waynes the pass to Dudley. That drops. The Warriors leading. Lee, a screen on Crawford. Bazemore dishes to Curry. Defended by Waynes. And Bazemore kicks to Lee. Shoots from the block. Bogut. Just 4 to shoot. For the 3. Shot is no good.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Dudley feeds it to Waynes from deep, and that one's good. Waynes got 5. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, good one here, guys. This is going to be fun to watch. 2 evenly matched teams, both teams playing hard.
Golden State's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Dishes to Bazemore. Pass to Lee. Golden State needs to get off a shot. No good from Bogut.
Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
That's what he brings, a presence. I mean, you saw it on that miss.
Curry with the defensive effort.
You know, typically, guys, he has the body control to finish when he's in that tight. I'm not sure what happened there.
Fires the 3. Again, Iguodala missing. The Clippers have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Waynes off a pick from Griffin. And Waynes kicks to Jordan. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You know, DeAndre Jordan last year led the league in field goal percentage at 64%, but that was a percentage that was better than his free throw percentage. You want to get that flipped, and hopefully Jordan will be able to do that.
And for DeAndre Jordan, it's strange. His shooting motion at the line looks good, but Steve, last year just 38% from the stripe.
Well, it's got to be mental, Kevin, because you watch the way he shoots. You know, it's not a beautiful stroke, but it's not broken by any means. I think it's all about finding a way to be comfortable at the free throw line. Some players never reach that point.
To stop the drought, Curry. He's guarded by Dudley. Curry passes to Lee. Back to Curry. Shot clock at 5. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, what you love about David Lee is he's a guy with a great combination of skill and effort. Double-double guy almost every night out. He'll give you 3 or 4 assists a game. Can hit the mid-range jumper. You can run your offense through him on the elbow. Really, really good player.
Chris Paul, he's checked in for Malik Williams. Now at the break on the floor, you can see the teams that led the NBA in steals last year. The Clippers, number 1.
And I don't even know if the numbers really told the story. I mean, this was a tremendous defensive team last year.
The Clippers trail. And Steve, I give David Lee a lot of credit for swapping it out at the center position, both in New York and then Golden State. You know, Clark, I never once heard him complain.
No, he's always a team-first guy and goes out there and does what he can to help his team. But you know, he's got to be thrilled to be playing next to a legitimate center in Andrew Bogut.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, gentlemen, the Clippers upgrading their roster this summer, and new coach Doc Rivers feels the new players put them in great position. He said, quote, they're great fits. They get who they are. They're over themselves. They're just trying to win and do whatever it takes. He added, we want to be the winner. We don't just want to do a lot of winning. They've done that. Guys, the expectation is clearly to contend for an NBA title.
Yet building chemistry on the court will be their focus. Thanks, Doris. Bazemore dishes to Curry. Jordan with the block.
Rebounds are split just about down the middle in this game, Clark.
I venture to guess whichever team is able to maintain that energy level on the glass will have the upper hand the rest of the way.
That's good.
You know, last season, guys, the Clippers were 4th in offensive efficiency, and you got to give a lot of credit to their terrific point guard rotation. Chris Paul led all point guards in player efficiency rating, and his backup, Eric Bledsoe, was 15th. That's a heck of a combo.
It's Iguodala with the drive. Here's Bazemore. The offensive rebound. Will it go? Lee. Curry. Iguodala kicks to Curry. Tipped away and taken away by Paul. The feed to Douglas. Takes the 3. Rebound by Lee. Lee's got 8 rebounds in this game. Well, going back to the great point guard play for the Clippers, they were 3rd in the league in assist percentage.
And top 5 in terms of points in the paint, Kevin. So their big guys really fed off the penetration and great passing from Chris Paul in particular. A moment to check out David Lee here. What a year he had last season. 5th in rebounding. And he became a real offensive threat, one of the top 15 scorers in the game.
And, Steve, you look at his top 5 standing and rebounding, I mean, it underscores just how valuable he was to their team in the low post. I mean, he gave them a real presence down there.
Spates checked in for the Warriors. And the Warriors making a change here. Douglas is checked in. Paul goes in. Griffin, guarded by Spates. Griffin passes to Douglas. Clippers moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And stolen by Spates. Curry with it. Chris Paul covering. Curry dishes to Bogut. Kicks it to Douglas. He feeds it to Spates. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Los Angeles leading by 7. Pass to Paul. .114 left in the first half. It's Curry outside. But they'll get another chance. Bogut kicks to Iguodala. Bogut sets a screen for Iguodala. He dishes it to Douglas. And there's the pass to Curry. And stolen by Jordan. And they're running. He kicks it to Paul. Floats one up. That's blocked by Douglas. And they get it back. And again, no good by the Clippers.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Curry passes to Douglas. Douglas off the pick from Spates. Douglas kicks to Iguodala. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. And the Warriors making a change here. 19 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's the lob to the hoop. Griffin, he's covered by Iguodala. Crawford drives in. That's short off the rim.
You'd expect him to nail that one being that close to the hoop.
And the first half is now in the books. Clippers ahead. They lead by 7. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Now, presented by Sprint.
The spookiest day of the year. Halloween. It's really not that scary. Not during the 2K Sports halftime report, anyway. The Los Angeles Clippers in front against Golden State. Their defense has been scary. Whatever the opposition threw at them, they just chewed it up and spit it out. Chris Paul having no trouble against the Warriors. He's got 21 points, and his two-way play has been good. Very active on the defensive side of the floor, bothering shots and bringing that energy all over the court. And the Warriors are still in it and going all out. The outside shot just not there for them today, but that certainly hasn't stopped them from trying. We might see some adjustments after the break. Harrison Barnes with a disappointing first half. An abysmal field goal percentage. The shot not cooperating. And let's check out what else is happening around the NBA. The New York Knicks trailing the Bulls out in Chicago. Second half of play, still anybody's game. And we'll be heading back to the court for the rest of our coverage as we go to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke for the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast. It's been a clinic by Chris Paul.
Well, his ability to disrupt passes and get a hand on the ball, force a turnover, make a steal, been really impressive.
When he defends you, he basically forces you to play perfect. Any lapse of concentration, and he'll pick your pocket.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Golden State Warriors. They host the Kings after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And here's Dudley for 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Dudley's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for Los Angeles. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. CP3 and Jamal Crawford make the backcourt. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. And it's Dudley in at the 3, the small forward. Shot clock at 3, and plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up.
Well, Iguodala is just a scary athlete, Kevin. Even among NBA players, he stands out in that regard. Incredibly long, active, fast, quick laterally, and that's why he's so good defensively.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a terrific defender, and with his ball handling ability, he's able to penetrate and finish creatively at the rim, too.
Ball outside. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Paul's got 23 points.
Oh, man, he goes old school on us with the finger roll.
And here is Curry. Bogut with the screen on Crawford. It's Iguodala with the drive. Back to Curry. Passes it to Lee. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. And here's a quick look at how the Clippers' schedule is shaping up. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. It's Curry outside. Another miss by Iguodala.
Guys, it was another year for DeAndre Jordan where he was exactly what you want from a supporting role center. Blocked shots, dunked it when he could, and he really had his best season so far.
Clippers leading by 9. Crawford dishes to Griffin. And that's collected by Bogut. Bogut's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And for DeAndre Jordan, the physical tools certainly are there. 6'11", 7'6" wingspan. It's developing his skill and the experience that he's been working on.
I thought he got better last year with that jump hook inside. Not to the point where you'd go to him, but where he was serviceable. Still a young guy, though. I think he has solidified his place as the Clippers' center of the future, but he can get better as he goes along.
To the inside. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. To the paint. Curl. Guarded by Crawford. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Take a look at what Curry's done. He has 8 points and some big-time defense with the 3 steals, too. Good contributions for him offensively with the assist, and also making some nice steals.
You're right, Clark. He's been equal parts creative and disruptive.
You know, you go through the regular season, guys, and set all sorts of records for your franchise and wins and winning streaks and all that. You win your division for the first time ever, your first 50-win season, and what do you get for it? Bounced in the first round of the playoffs. It's still progress, though, and I think the Clippers will use that for motivation this season.
With a break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. 5th, David Lee.
You know, he was actually a monster on the glass. We talked about him throughout the season, and though he didn't lead the league, he was a big factor in a number of important games.
LA's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Clark, as you said, the Clippers got up 2-zip on the Grizzlies, but all of a sudden it came to a crashing halt. As Steve, they dropped 4 consecutive games, and just like that, we're out of the postseason.
Yeah, injuries played a part. Blake Griffin sprained his ankle, but I think the Clippers were exposed a little bit too. They're limited offensively on the front line, and maybe not quite enough shooting, but that's why they made the moves in the offseason, and they're looking to pick up and make some improvement in that regard.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Crawford passes to Dudley. Buries the long-range jumper. Dudley's got 10.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
Lee kicks to Curry. Curry gets the screen from Lee. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. And Griffin sends it back. Lee against Crawford. Looking to end his cold spell, and he hits the jump shot. And it's a 7-point Clipper lead. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Curry against Paul. Curry kicks to Iguodala. Lee sets a screen for Iguodala. Curry. Iguodala dishes to Curry. Just 5 to shoot. From 15 feet away, that's good. Curry's got 7 points here in this quarter. Clippers leading by 5. Paul outside. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
You got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
Lee, a screen on Paul. Griffin with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Crawford's got it. And finished off by Paul. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Clippers.
Boy, defensively, they played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
The Warriors have had 15 tries at the line. They've made 10.
And for the Warriors, unusual for a playoff team to be giving minutes to 3 or even 4 rookies, but that was the case last season. Barnes, Ezeli, Green, they brought in a rookie group with maturity that had done a good job of preparing themselves at the collegiate level, and all of them produced.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for David Lee.
Did you see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket?
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
Iguodala's drive. And yes, sir, that one drops. Iguodala's got 14 points. And for the Warriors rookies last season, Steve, they got an early start. They were in the team gym from the earliest days after the draft.
Well, this is a club that has great chemistry. Some of that has to do with Mark Jackson. A lot of it has to do with just the quality of people that they've put on that roster. But it's an exciting young team. but with a good coach and a great crowd, I think the Warriors have a very bright future.
6 to shoot. Here's Griffin. It's rebounded by Golden State. They host the Kings after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. It's Curry outside. It's hauled in by Jamal Crawford. Crawford's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Collison with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Jordan kicks to Dudley. There's the dish to Griffin, and stolen by Barnes. Curry passes to Bogut. Feeds to Iguodala. Green. Golden State moving it around. Curry gets the screen from Green. Iguodala kicks to Curry. Shot clock at 6. 13 feet away. That one off the back iron and out.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Bogut sets a screen for Curry. Dishes it to Barnes. Bogut with a screen on Crawford. And Barnes backs in. It's Bogut with the drive. Tries from 10. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Los Angeles leading by 8. Crawford dishes to Dudley. Well, something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
Yeah, he's not happy right now. You can see it's really hurting him.
You sure can, Steve. I mean, it's difficult to say exactly how serious it is, but hopefully we'll have an update soon. Jared Dudley out of Boston College in his 7th season already. A smart vet who knows where to be defensively. He knocks down shots. I like his game. He's a winning player because he does a lot of little things and is always ready to step into his role.
Back to Green. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Buries it from 3-point range. Iguodala's got 17.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Curry. Makes the lead pass. And stolen by Redick. Fast break. Here we go. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Well, he earned that one. Took the hit and still found a way to knock it down.
Yeah, fantastic body control. And the will to get it done. You like that focus.
And the Clippers making a change here. Griffin's checked in. And for Jared Dudley, Steve, you had a chance to be around him in your time in Phoenix.
Yeah, traded for him. That was the Raja Bell, Boris Diaw for Jason Richardson and Dudley trade. Pretty good deal for both teams, really. But Dudley came into his own when he arrived in Phoenix, developed that three-point shot, but had always been a guy respected for his defense, for his work ethic, and his basketball IQ.
Former ACC Player of the Year. The foul called on Festus Ezeli. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And the Warriors making a change here. Douglas is checked in. Mullins, no good. Warriors trail by 10. Green passes to Douglas. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Outside, Green. 5 to shoot. Here's Iguodala. Ezeli kicks to Green. Douglas. Pass to Barnes. Now the feed to Douglas. Douglas off the pick from Green. They shoot again. Kicks it out to Iguodala. He passes to Barnes. Back to Iguodala. Off the left rim and out.
Now, normally that's a shot people make, but that's not really his bread and butter there.
Collison with it. Now Green defending. Collison dishes to Griffin. And that one's good. Griffin's got 10 points in the game.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
Now, the story is points in the paint, Park. I mean, they're getting point-blank shots every time down.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
It was a nice season for former Indiana Pacer Darren Collison last year. Fired by the Mavs, he stepped into the starting role and responded fairly well.
It's So a moment now to check out the story of Blake Griffin. Great year for him last year. 13th in field goal percentage, 19th in scoring. And he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league as well. So this is a guy who had a lot of double-figure nights on the glass.
And like you said, Steve, I mean, his field goal percentage was extremely high. And that's a credit to him and his teammates. They got him the ball in good scoring positions, and he took care of the rest.
And for Collison last season, he shot the ball well and upped his rate of scoring and assists.
And it's the increase in assists that encourages me, Kevin. He's not a dynamic playmaker, but I think he's becoming a solid one. And with his quickness and shooting, you know, he really just needs to be more of a point guard, more of a distributor to reach his full potential.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Here is the 2K leaderboard with last season's top passing team. Fourth, the Clippers.
I tell you what, if you had to pick one stat, at least on the offensive side of the ball, that benefits your team, this is it. I mean, when you're amongst the league leaders in assists, you're doing a lot of good things. Not just making shots, but you're moving your teammates and you're moving the basketball.
Back to Griffin. High arcing shot, and it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. .152 left to play here in the third. 4 on the shot clock. Looking to get it going. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And the Warriors have not defended well against Griffin.
He's got 13 rebounds, and he has been the definition of a thief with all those steals.
I'll say, I mean, defensively, he's fought his way through this game beautifully. They haven't gotten away with any loose passes, any sloppy ball handling when he's in the vicinity.
Jermaine O'Neal's checked in for Golden State. Douglas off the pick from Ezeli. Douglas kicks to Ezeli. That's good with a Douglas assist. Ezeli's got 5 points so far.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one. You know, the Clippers were a much improved defensive team last season. A lot of it comes from their point guard position where Paul can really ball hawk opposing ball handlers. And this team was first in the league in steals last season and top 3 in turnover differential.
The 3 from Barnes. They get it again. O'Neal inside. Another shot. Kicks to Douglas. He feeds it to Barnes. Golden State moving it around. Up top, Douglas. He's covered by Collison. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. 18 points for Steph Curry. And across the NBA, a lot of the offenses rely on that point guard to initiate things and get the team set up in the half court. If a floor general is being hounded around the whole time, it can really throw a wrench in the offense.
Well, for the Clippers, that was a big part of their defense last year. Chris Paul and Eric Bledsoe could both really pressure the point, but with Bledsoe now in Phoenix, I don't think the Clippers' defense is quite as good at the point of attack.
And the Warriors making a change here. He hits the second from the line.
You know, Darren Collison, DC as he's known, is a guy that does everything you want from a point guard at a decent level, but really doesn't excel at anything in a great fashion. Sort of falls into the jack-of-all-trades category.
Boy, his performance from long range has been incredible.
I know that was your shot, Steve, and today it's his too.
Griffin sets the screen for Collison. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Jordan the pass to Collison. And that one's good. Collison's got 5.
You know, size-wise, this is not a great one-on-one matchup for him, but he got that shot to go.
But you wouldn't know it by how he finished. That's a nice hoop there.
Now O'Neal. And no good trying to get that one. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Clippers.
Tuesday, November 5th, LeBron James and the Miami Heat take on Rudy Gay and the Toronto Raptors. Don't miss it.
And the final period of play just about to start. Los Angeles leading by 7. On the court for Golden State here in the 4th. Steph Curry's out there with Tony Douglas. Then there's Maurice Spates. Then there's Jermaine O'Neal. And it's Iguodala in at the 3 slot.
You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
Collison dishes to Griffin. Pass to Douglas. Back to Griffin. 6 on the shot clock. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage anyway. It was only with one hand, but he threw it down pretty hard.
Here's O'Neal, and the pass to Spates. Gets it to go.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
Now, this is when defenses have to protect the basket with everything they've got. Force the offense to shoot from the perimeter.
And Griffin, here we go. Outside Jordan. With the lead pass. Green kicks to Collison. From deep. And it's blocked by Curry, but he stays with it. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And the Warriors making a change here. Bazemore's checked in. He dishes it to Spates. Griffin on him. Fades away. And again, it's Maurice Spates. Spates has got 4 this quarter.
The mid-range jumper becomes a pretty high percentage shot for him when he has that kind of space.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
During that break, Coach Rivers had some words for his team. He said, no time to waste, fellas. We've got to pick it up right now if we're going to make a comeback and try to win this thing. Let's go all out. Back to you.
Thanks, Doris. Here's Collison. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Maurice Spates.
Nice work to get inside and draw the foul.
Yeah, it's obvious. The defense not going to allow many easy layups. They're going to make you earn it from the line.
J.J. Redick's checked in for the Clippers. 2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. Now here's Curry. Spates with a screen on Collison. Curry kicks to Spates and stolen by Redick. Passes to Douglas. The 3. And it's Spates with the rebound.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
Well, you don't see him miss that shot very often. When he's open like that, it's usually lights out.
Curry to Bazemore. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Collison against Curry. Griffin passes to Douglas. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
And Bazemore kicks to Curry. The dish to O'Neal. Back to Curry. Got a piece of it. It's taken away by Collison. Lets a floater go. He shoots again, and Jordan with the layup. Jordan's got 4 points in the quarter.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
And stolen by Jordan. Now the Clippers moving it up. Collison's got the ball. Here's Dudley. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Take a look at what Jared Dudley's done. He has 12 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Lee comes in for Jermaine O'Neal, and it's Harrison Barnes in for Andre Iguodala. Lee sets a screen for Curry. He kicks to Barnes, feeds to Bazemore. Golden State moving it around. Clock at 6. Barnes. He's guarded by Dudley. to halt the run. Here's Lee. And he draws body contact. Looked like a blocking foul, and he was in the shooting motion. So he'll head to the free throw line. That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second.
Well, you know, you look at David Lee. He's more of a skilled finesse player, but plays with a great motor. Very intense and aggressive in his style. Always in motion, gets to the boards, offensively and defensively. And, you know, that combination of skill, hustle, and motor makes him an all-star.
And the call will be against David Lee. That'll be his second foul of the game. Jermaine O'Neal's checked in for the Warriors. Dishes it to Dudley. Lets the three fly. The Warriors pull it in. O'Neal's got his third rebound on the night. And Clark, when you talk about the skill level for David Lee, not the biggest guy at 6'9", but I know you admire his game. And Steve, a great finisher at the same time with either hand.
I think that's one of his greatest assets, Kevin, his ability to score around the basket with either hand. As you mentioned, he can shoot the mid-range shot, handle the ball. They can run their offense through him at the elbows because he's such a good passer as well.
Poked loose. Collison with it. Collison off the pick from Griffin. Lays it up and banks it in. 9 points for Collison.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Lee, a screen on Collison. On its way from Curry for two. Barnes dishes to Curry. 7-foot shot, and it's Golden State with another. Here's Collison. There's the pick. The feed to Reddick. Back to Collison.
He was right up tight on him on that attempt. Terrific D to throw off the shot.
And he did it without making too much contact and getting the officials' attention either.
Barnes can't get it to go.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on. He's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park.
Collison in the post. Curry meets him. Collison the pass to Dudley. 5 on the clock. Here's the three. Blocked. But they recover it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Andrew Bogut checked in for Jermaine O'Neal. Iguodala's drive. In low to Lee. And he goes in for the dunk. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw. The defensive presence was almost non-existent. They may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
Outside for Curry. Curry gets the screen from Lee. Curry dishes to Lee. Here's Iguodala. And another three for Golden State. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And the other thing they're doing is they're forcing turnovers and then converting those miscues into points at the other end.
Outside Collison. Here's Griffin. And that time, also a missed shot.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Iguodala against Crawford. Iguodala kicks to Bogut. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. Free throw good, Bogut. And the Clippers making a change here. Paul's checked in. And Bogut drops them both. Los Angeles has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That's foul number 2 for him. Timeout called the Warriors. You look at Chris Paul, what a contribution.
They need to make some adjustments because he's absolutely scorching.
Here's Crawford. Kept alive. Second chance shot. In deep. Paul drops it in. Paul's got 29 in the game.
They needed that one. Their lead has been dwindling here.
Well, you know what, Steve? A few good possessions and you couple that with some stops, they'll be able to pad that lead again.
That ties the game.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on a roll and knock him down.
Pass to Crawford. Griffin sets the screen for Crawford. Crawford missing again.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with him. It's a tough day so far.
Curry passes to Barnes. In low to Lee. Deflected and stolen by Jordan. Paul with the ball, and Curry picks him up defensively. Paul kicks to Griffin, and stolen by Barnes. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. Bogut. Right side, Lee. Golden State moving the ball around. Lee, a screen on Paul. It's Curry outside. And another three for Golden State.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
Barnes against Dudley. Crawford outside. This one for three. Crawford missing again.
He's killing them with his poor shooting. The defense is more than willing to give him those shots now.
Lee sets a screen for Curry. Kicks it to Barnes. Back to Curry. He passes to Barnes. Shot clock at 6. Barnes gets a screen from Lee. Takes the 13-footer. Barnes can't get it to go.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
It's Curry with the drive and the foul called on Jamal Crawford. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
And it's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
Iguodala kicks to Curry. Lee, a screen on Paul. Curry with it. Chris Paul covering. It's blocked.
Is this the same guy we saw in the first half? I mean, this is strange. He can't buy one out there.
It's Curry outside. Another three for Golden State. Los Angeles calls timeout. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
He's been locked in from deep. They're giving him too much breathing room and definitely paying the price for it.
Clippers trail by 6. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kevin. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
The shot's good from Paul.
You know, if you were only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would be ahead.
Iguodala dishes to Curry. Back to Iguodala. He feeds it to Curry. They double team Curry. Iguodala. 6 to shoot. Back to Curry. There's the triple. No good. The Clippers go the other way with it. Bentley to pass to Paul. And it's sent back by Bogut. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Curry can't get it to go. Bogut gets to Curry. Lee defended by Griffin. Lee sets a screen for Iguodala. Launches a three. They get it back. Shots good by Lee. Lee's got 11 in the second half.
They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
And they've needed every one of those rebounds. I think that's what's put them in front here.
And here is Paul. And they double up Paul. Griffin. Back to Paul. Paul gets a screen from Griffin. Paul dishes to Griffin. Back to Paul. 5 to shoot. sinks it. And now they trail by just 4.
Boy, he's making it look really easy right now. I expect him to continue to run the offense through him until the defense makes him change plans.
Bogut with the screen on Paul. Curry passes to Barnes. Feeds it to Lee. Uncovered. And the jumper is on the mark. And the Warriors lead by 6.
He's got the touch they needed here as this one goes down to the wire.
Yeah, absolutely. He's 4 for 4, and he knows they need every basket. I would look for them to continue to get the ball in his hands.
It's stolen by Bogut. Barnes with it. Now guarded by Dudley. Bogut kicks to Lee. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
They are not letting up, guys. They just keep coming out.
And I'd say that lead is too big to overcome at this point.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They trail by 8. We've got 28 seconds left in the 4th quarter. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. A shot by Paul, no good. Golden State's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the 4th quarter so far. Lee sets a screen for Curry. Back to Iguodala. Outside Curry. And taken away by Paul. There's Crawford with the 3. Tries again. Paul with the bucket. Paul's got 35. So we see the Warriors get the win here. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry.
I put the new 4Gs on the G. I trap into the bloody bottoms is underneath. Cause all my niggas got it out the streets. I keep 100 racks inside my jeans. I remember hitting them all with the whole team. Now a nigga can't answer calls cause I'm balling. I was waking up getting racks in the morning. I was broke, now I'm rich, these niggas salty. All this designer on my body got me drip.
I can swallow a bottle of alcohol in her. Feel like Godzilla. Better hit the deck like the cartilla. My whole squad's in here walking around the party. A cross between a zombie apocalypse and Bobby the Rain, which is probably the same reason I wrestle with mania JDs in this bitch. I'm posse up. Consider it to cost me a costly mistake if they sleeping on me. The hoes better get insomnia. ADHD, hydroxy cut. Pass the Kabasi. In AA with an AK melee, finna set it like a play date, better vacate, retreat like a vacay Mayday. This beat is cray cray, Ray J, H-A, laughing all the way to the bank. I spray flames, they cannot tame or placate the monster.
You get in my way, I'ma feed you to the monster. I'm normal during the day, but at night turn to a monster. When the moon shines like ice road truckers, I look like a villain out of those blockbusters.
Blood to the fire,
spit a monster. Blood on the dance floor, the Louis V carpet.
fire, blood to the fire. So many things that pissed them off, it's impossible to list them all. And in the midst of all this, I'm in a mental hospital with a crystal ball, trying to see what I still be like this tomorrow. Whisper dog voices whisper, my fist is ball back up against the wall, pencil drawn. This is just a song to go ballistic on. You just hold a pistol on the guy with a missile launcher. I'm just a Loch Ness, the mythological, quick to tell a bitch you off like a fifth of vodka. When you twist the top of the bottle, I'm a monster.
You get in my way, I'ma feed you to the monster.